Hello everyone and welcome to another Ultimate Fighter episode review. This is for Season 26, Episode 8, Single Swim. And, good episode. I mean, Coach's Challenge, always a good thing. But we'll get to that when we get to it, so let's talk about the rest of the episode first. So the first thing has been the drama involving Lauren Murphy just being an absolute arsehole and handling her emotions in the incorrect way. So basically, she tells her whole team that she wants to leave Team Alvarez and go to Team Gaethje, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the way she went about it was really, really dumb because, as I mentioned, she got unfairly angry and you lose. It happens sometimes. You don't hear many other fighters bitching about it. It was just, really badly handled from her. So when she tells, first thing she does is for the training sessions, instead of when she appears for Team Eddie's session later on, she explains why she's a bit sweating. She tells him that she trained with Gaethje earlier that day, and she took Eddie aside. She took him outside of the main training room and told him, I want to be part of Team Gaethje now, and even gave him a thank you note. Why? Why did you give him a thank you note? Why didn't you just tell him? Why didn't you just don't drop hints. Just tell him, okay? Giving the note was kind of a stupid thing to do. She prepared a note for all the other fighters as well. Bizarrely, all the other fighters on Team Eddie were okay with it. Eddie himself was not, and I'm more on his side, if anything, because Lauren taking this one loss really badly, it's a super bad overreaction, and I don't agree with that at all. And, yeah, what else was there about this? Give me a sec. Sorry for the awkwardness. So, yeah. Lauren tells him, that she wants to join the blue team. Eddie goes on a bit of a rant, which I'm doing right now, admittedly, even to the point of calling her Bob, which was kind of a step too forward, but can't blame him, because Lauren just had a really shitty attitude since she lost her fight. So I definitely think some of it was more deserved on her side, but there was a bit of it deserved on his side as well for not caring. But I am still more on his side than I am Lauren's because, as I've mentioned time and again, she handled the loss really fucking badly, and I don't really agree with it. So, we're going to move on to the next talking point before I go even more mad. The next talking point is Emily Whitmire, one of the two women fighting this episode against. She's on Team Gaethje against Christina Marks on Team Eddie. And Misha Tate is back in town, and she decides to give Emily Whitmire some help because Emily's ribs are still injured, and she decides she's going to corner her as well, which is a nice thing. And there was even a moment earlier on in the episode, which isn't brought up on Wikipedia because I always have the page open for reference and stuff. But yeah, this isn't listed on Wikipedia, but there was a moment where Emily was talking about her family, how her dad left when she was young. No, her dad died. Sorry, her dad died when she was younger, 6 months old or something. Younger. She wasn't even a year old yet, and it was down to her and her mother, and it was a pretty tough time for her, but she managed to get over all the things. She did take up smoking, but she quit it when she decided to become a fighter. So good on her, really. See, that's good way to handle a bad situation. Lauren Murphy example of losing a fight, bad example. Emily Whitmire, good example. Lauren Murphy, bad example. Good, bad. Emily, Lauren. Onwards to the actual coach's challenge now. So the coach's challenge itself. Ever since the sort of revamped version of the Ultimate Fighter that started in 2013, we've had some really unique ones, even a game show. This one was also pretty good actually. It was a swimming, Olympic swimming sort of thing, and it was the length of 8 football fields or 50 meters. That's quite a long ass way, and Justin Gaethje started off quick, but because he started off too quickly, he didn't pace himself as Eddie did, and he managed to win. Obviously, cash prize 10,000 for the coach, 1,500 for each fighter. But because Eddie's down to 7 women now, because Lauren left for Team Gaethje, he had to, all the women on Eddie's side had to sort it out, so they got 1,700 each instead. Because, there's an extra 1,500 going left over. So, worked out really well, I think. So yeah, Eddie managed to pace himself really, really well. He treated it like a marathon, whereas Gaethje treated it like a sprint. And I think that this wasn't the most exciting coaches challenge, but it was a fun one. And I think it's more indicative of the differences between the two fighters, because Eddie is a lot more paced, whereas Gaethje does prefer to get things done a lot quicker. And he's a little bit more reckless that way. He's still a really good coach, surprisingly good coach, as is Eddie. But yeah, he's a lot more quicker when it comes to actual fights. He likes to go for the strikes quicker. He likes to be a bit more aggressive, whereas Eddie, paces himself, keeps himself calm and patient, and he managed to win the race. So yeah, it wasn't in my top 10 of Coach's Challenges, but it was still an entertaining thing. And Coach's Challenge episodes are still my favourite of any Ultimate Fight season, so, well, except for the first one, because they didn't start until Season 5. So, yeah. Anyway, on to the fight itself now. And the fight itself. Christina Marks more of a standard fighter, Emily Whitmire more of a ground specialist, and it was over in 40 seconds. Emily Whitmire started with a right hook, which no one was expecting, and then went for a takedown. Christina managed to get a foot on the cage, and they were against the cage. Christina managed to plant a foot against the cage, not hook her toes on the fence, which is a smart thing, and managed to push up and stand up, and was kind of caught in an armbar, and then Emily sort of let go of it by accident, then caught it again, and then it was over in 40 seconds. I mean, another finish in the season, which is good, but I don't know, in terms of fight of the season, there really hasn't been anything that stood out. And there goes my cat. Hi. Yeah. Oh yeah, I had to see my double chin there, sorry. Yeah, I'm almost done filming this video, mate. Won't take much longer. I'm literally almost done. So yeah, the fight was, well, it was over quicker than it should have been, I guess. It was still really, really good and entertaining, and a good quick finish, and Emily managed to get the win despite her ribs being fucked up, so can't complain. And the only other thing now is to talk about the quarterfinal fights. So, Roxanne Modafferi against Emily Whitmire, Sajara Eubanks against Deanna Bennett, Bob Honchak against Rachel Ostovich-Burden, and Montana Stewart against Nico Montano. So, at the end of the prelim fights, we have 5 wins for Gaethje and 3 for Eddie, which is usually the average when it comes to Ultimate Fighter. I don't think I've really seen many, there's been almost clean sweeps, but not full ones, so. But yeah, this was a really good episode. I mean, as always, the Coach's Challenge is awesome. Wasn't one of the better ones, in my opinion, but still a hell of a fun time. Still really entertaining. I mean, after seeing shit like Conor McGregor and Uriah Faber throwing watermelons out of a helicopter onto a giant target, you kind of want your expectations to be super high for Coach's Challenges, but what can you do? Hey? Love you too. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you in a couple of days for the UFC 217 Michael Bisping versus GSP. It's gonna be one hell of a night. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope Bisping wins. I really, really do. Meow. Yeah, I heard that too. It was a weird noise. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Time for the sign off. Thank you for listening. You're awesome. Bye.